I'm Red, and it's time for me to read some r/Today I F'd Up. Aren't you excited? Okay, here we go. Today I F'd up by putting regular dish soap in my dishwashing machine. Yesterday I F'd up by putting regular dish soap in my dishwashing machine. If you already have one of those machines, you know that you should never even put regular dish soap in it. But what should I say? It was around 10:30 p.m. and I decided to start an hour and 30-minute duration program. As I grabbed my detergent bottle, it hit me that I forgot to get a refill. So I thought, screw it, and decided to go with whatever detergent was left. So I was there standing and squeezing the heck out of that bottle to get all of that sweet juice. But at the end, the recipient for the detergent was only half full. I grab about a teaspoon of regular dish soap and add it to it, close the door and press start. About 20 or 30 minutes later, I heard the machine beeping. Usually when it beeps 8 times, I know the program is complete. I hit pause and carefully opened the door. All hell broke loose. A tsunami of foam was trying to escape from the machine. All I could see inside was white, thick foam. I carefully started taking out the cutlery basket, then the dishes, and finally the cups and bowls. After that, I grabbed a sponge and started cleaning the mess inside. Once I was done, I closed the door to check if there was any damage to the machine. Oh crap. The machine was unresponsive. I unplugged the power connector and plugged it back in, and the machine turned on alone. Plus, one of the program indicators was blinking rapidly and it was beeping at me for God knows what reason. Like I didn't know I effed up. I repeated the plugging and unplugging, but it was the same thing every time. After standing there and looking at it for a while like an idiot and wondering how to fix my mess, I pulled it to check out the back if there was a leak or something, and boom! I just broke a china plate and a bowl that I forgot to move from the way before moving it. The local police, aka my mother, pulled me over and she told me to stop whatever I was doing, let it dry, go to sleep and try again in the morning before causing more chaos. I unplugged the beast hoping it would reset somehow and left it alone. But before hitting the bed, I needed to clean all the plates, bowls and cups and cutlery that I took out from it, and they were still full of white, thick foam. Anyway, today I decided to do some more troubleshooting. I plugged the power cord and the same stuff that happened the night before happens again. The moment I plug it in, it turns on alone, beeps at me, and there's a light blinking rapidly. I grab the manual and start browsing the troubleshooting section and trying different solutions, but with no luck. Suddenly I notice a pattern in the beeping. I counted 30 beeps. I grabbed my phone and googled dishwasher beeps 30 times problem. I found 3 possible reasons for this problem. 1. Door was open before program ended. 2. Power surge. 3. There was some water somewhere inside where it's not supposed to be. Right away I started applying the offered solutions, and when I reached the 3rd one, the solution was to tilt the machine back 45 degrees and the water should drip from behind. I grabbed my machine, tilted it slightly to the back and heard water dripping. Suddenly the machine became quiet. I tried pushing some buttons. Hallelujah! It's alive! I tried a quick 30-minute program and now everything is back to normal. What a relief! Why would you put regular soap in the dishwasher? I can understand if you've never used the dishwasher before and you have no idea how they work, but if you know that you're not supposed to do it and then you do it, oh come on, like what did you think was gonna happen? Magical fairies were going to come and clean your dishes for you and everything would be so sparkly and clean and fabulous. No, that's not how it works. Okay, our next story. Today I effed up by thinking I knew about Hot Pockets. Hot Pockets. Breakfast bread pocket of mixed meat and sauces. You get it. Years ago I was 11. Life was simple and I was a simpleton soaking it up. Breakfast time comes and my parents aren't home. Work and stuff. I wasn't about that life. Eff it, I can't cook, but I know damn well how to throw a Hot Pocket in the microwave and not F it up. I effed it up. 7 minutes? Not appropriate for a Hot Pocket. Not reading the instructions? Also deemed wrong in these situations. My Hot Pocket was emitting smoke from the microwave. I was ready for Satan to appear and shake my hand. Solution? Scream! Do this first. It gives clarity to the situation at hand. Throw the newly invented smoke bomb into the grass? Good use of terminating unwanted pests in the landing zone. Hose that stuff down? No better solution to putting out a fire hazard than with water. I'm smart as F. Lost my appetite for Hot Pockets for years. Had one the other day. It's 2 minutes, y'all. Be safe. My husband did this with popcorn, and I have never seen so much smoke in my kitchen, apart from that time that I set the kitchen on fire. But that's another story.
Are you ready for today's last story?
Yeah, I can't explain that voice. I'm sorry. Today I effed up when I willingly drank fermented camel milk in Mongolia. Back in 2016, I drank fermented camel milk because some lovely camel farmers offered it. I was with a few volunteers to help the infrastructure of a small Mongolian community hundreds of miles away from a town or city. They were serving tea as well as camel milk in the afternoon with lots of wonderful homemade bread. They passed me a bowl and I took a sip. Looking back, this is where I effed up. Tasted like rotten yogurt. It just made me instantly feel queasy, but I swallowed it, thanked them, and tried to move on. Later that night, a girl that tried the milk pooed the bed. I woke up to her cleaning. I was delirious and sick as well, but wasn't aware how bad I was yet. Then the need to poo hit me. I could tell I was about to defecate my soul out, so I ran out of the gur, Mongolian nomadic home, and ran to the giant hole in the ground that was the toilet. To paint a picture, this toilet was just a big old hole full of poo and pee and blood, with 2 wooden boards over it for balance. It had a short mud wall around the hole and no roof. You could reach the sides of the wall when balancing on the wooden boards. I proceeded to release the demons pent up inside me, but it didn't end there. I began to throw up. Apparently the locals call this the double dragon because it's quite common for Western volunteers to not adjust well to their food. I was now emptying my body on both sides and holding onto the mud brick wall for dear life. It didn't end there. Other people were also very sick, but you see, there were only 2 toilets. I got one and another dude got another. Everyone else that got the double dragons just had to run out into a field and drop their pants. One girl who didn't get sick for some reason was going around trying to help people, passing out hair ties and such. I'm holding onto the walls, throwing up, pooing up a storm, and just praying for my life to end. But I think to myself, at least I got the toilet, right? Well, when I feel something crawl over my hands, I begin to think otherwise. It's pitch black outside and I can't see anything. I called to the girl helping to bring a flashlight real quick so I can see what just crawled over my hand. I honestly didn't know what it was. Well, she comes over and shines the light on the mud walls, and I'm greeted with the sight of at least a dozen large brown spiders scuttling in and out of the cracks of the wall. At this point, I want to cry. I start hugging myself because the walls are literally crawling with spiders. But the double dragons didn't care. It didn't care that there were spiders, and I knew I couldn't hold my balance at this rate. I knew I would fall in if I didn't hold on to something. Well, the girl that just came over to shine her light knew this. Just as she shined her light on me like an angel, she reached her hand out to me like an angel too. She grasped my hand and held me in place until I was done. I have never felt so close with another human being since. I have never been the same since this incident. A silver lining to this story is that I'm no longer afraid of pooing in public restrooms. I used to be one of the girls that was nervous to poop in public. Now I literally could not give a crap. I don't care if it's a porta potty or a squatty. Anything is better than big spiders you don't recognize. I completely understand the kind of toilet that she's describing in this story. When I was growing up, we had something very similar to that. It was literally a hole in the ground with 2 planks on it. And it really sucked when it was raining because there was no roof or anything around it. I was quite happy when we moved into town and I got a flushing toilet. That was so much luxury for 8-year-old me. Now it's time to like this video because I know you enjoyed this. Today I effed up read by Red. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It's so much fun, you see. Thanks so much for watching today and enjoying these stories with me.